Hey everybody, Heather here. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be coloring this super cute Magnolia image called Sneezing Tilda. Isn't she adorable? Love her. I will put a link to all the supplies I used along with the card kit down in the description box. So if you would like one of those, head over to the store and grab one up, because remember, they are limited. Also, if you don't want a card kit, there are lots of other things from stamps to dies. Make sure to check out the clearance section, because I put a bunch of stuff in there here lately trying to get rid of stuff and make some more room. Also, if you have a question, make sure to leave me a comment and I would be happy to answer those. So I've already stamped my image on Neenah 80-pound Solar White cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So let's color. So let's start out by outlining our image with W00. And I'm just going to do a real quick outline. So I just start down here at the bottom and work my way all the way around. And this is just to make her look like she's kind of popping off the page a little bit. Just gives her a little bit of dimension. And I, in the end, also went around my image with some antique linen Ranger Distress inks so that you can barely see the outline. But this just makes, if you don't have the antique linen or want to go to the trouble of outline, giving it a little bit of distressing on the outside, you could just do this and it will just make her look like she's popping up off the page a little bit. And you just work your way around. And also, if you do it first, then if you get some on her and you want to erase it, it's not any big deal. And she's got a little section of space right here between her hand, you can see, and right here where her hair and her neck is. Next, let's give her something to stand on, and for that I'm going to use W5, W3, and W1. And I'm going to give her kind of a little bit of a hill, because when you get your piece, it's going to be an oval. I leave mine this side, this shape, so that I have something to hold on to on the edges. But your piece will be an oval shape. So I'm just going to go around like this and give her a little bit of a hill, sort of, to stand on. But I also want to go right next to her shoe a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and use my pen and just very lightly go right next to that and brush away from her shoe. Same for this side. Just give it a little bit of a shadow. Now I'm going to grab W3. And I'm going to add a little bit more color. And I'm touching down on top of my W5. Up here, get in between here. And then I'm going to finish it off with the W1. And then after I've got it done, I like to go back with my darkest color, which was W5, and just add that shadow back in just a little bit. Next, let's move on and work on her skin, and for that we're going to use E11, E21, E00, E000. For her cheeks, I'm going to use R20 and R30. So I'm going to start down here on her legs, and I'm going to start with E11 first. And I'm going to go right underneath of her skirt, and then I'm going to go down the inside of her leg. I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. And then she's got a little bit of a kneecap right here that's drawn on, so I'm going to go behind that. Same for this side. I'm going to go underneath of her skirt, and then go down the inside of her leg. And then again, I'm going to do her kneecap right here. Next, I'm going to grab E21. I'm going to work that color on here. And then we're going to grab E00. I'm going to fill her kneecap in. I'm going to pull it out here and leave just a little bit of white there on the edge for my last color. Then I'm going to fill it in with my E00. Let's go up here and do her arm. So again, I'm going to grab E11 first. And let's do underneath this flower. And then I'm going to do the crook of her arm. And I also want to do the bottom of her arm. And then for this side, I'm going to go do her elbow and the underside of her arm. And I'm going to do a little bit right here. Give her arm a little bit of definition right there. I'm going to grab E21. Work our way around. It looks like my E21's getting a little bit going empty. I'm going to have to fill that up when I get all done. And then E00. And then my E00 to go over the entire thing. Next, let's do her face. So again, I'm going to go with my E21, and I'm going to take that right, or my, sorry, E11, and take this right up here into her bangs. Not. And I'm going to use this color on this side of her face. I'm going to go with my E21. And then E00. And E00 to fill it in. And then I want to add some cheek color, so I'm going to grab R20. Let's add a little dab over here. And I use the little dots that are on her cheek kind of as my guide. And then R30 to feather the edge. And then I'm going to go back with my E21. E00. And then E00 over the whole thing. And I think I'll pinken her cheeks up a little bit more, so I've grabbed R20, R30, and then I take my R or my E000 and just go over those. We got a little patch of our neck right here, so let's do E11. E21. And then E00 just to fill in that little patch and to go over the entire thing. Let's do our hair now. So for that we're going to use W7, W5, and W3. And I'm going to start with my W7. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow. Let's add a little bit down here. And then let's do where it's coming out from behind her arm. And then right here where it's coming out from behind that hair bow. And I think I'll bring, here's a little bit where it looks like it's dipping from behind her head. I'm going to put a little bit on there. I'm actually going to bring this dark up here just a little bit more. And she's got a little patch of hair just right there above her hand that I'm just going to fill in. And I can bring this line up just a little bit more. And we don't want to forget her roots. Next I'm going to go with W5. Just work your way around the other side. And I try to keep my strokes going in the direction that her hair is growing. And then W3. And with the black hair, I didn't worry about filling in all of the space. I'm okay with it having the white in there to add some highlights. Otherwise it would drive me crazy. I have a hard time leaving white space when I'm coloring. Now let's go down here and work on her dress, and for that I'm going to use R59, 37, 35, and 32. I'm going to start with R59, and let's add a little bit of shadow up here on her collar and around this cute little flower. And then over here, I'm going to add some underneath of her hand and work my way down along the edge of her dress. Here, I'm going to stop where the little dots stop right here. And then let's do on this side of the flower. I'm just using the tip of my pen so that I'm making a very small line. Next I'm going to grab R37. Fill in that little strap. And then let's brush some of this color up into here. edge here. Okay, now I'm going to turn her a little bit. And I want to bring this line in just a little bit more. Fill in some of these, the bottom of these little ruffles down here. Okay, and then we're going to go with our 35. And she's got a little sneezy dot there on her sleeve that I didn't worry about. I just colored right over the top of it. And then I'm going to go down here. And then R32. And then I'm going to go back with my R35 again. And while it's still wet, I'm going to grab my R32 and brush that just a little bit more. And same down here, grab R35. And then R32. Down here, my little ruffles a little bit more. So let's do R35 again up here. Oops, I got a little bit on the flower there. And then I'm going to take R32 and just wash over that. Okay, and let's go down here too. I use these colors on the boots, on the dots on her boots. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is R59. R37. R35. Then I take my R32 and just go over each little dot, even though they're already filled in. Let's add some color to our boots now. So for that, let's use E47, E44, E43, and E41. I'm going to start with my E47. Let's just go down the inside of this little boot. And then I'm going to use a little bit right underneath that dot and work my way along the sole, because I colored the sole with the grays, which I probably should have colored while I had the grays out. But we'll just grab those again here in a minute. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do the back of this boot. And again, up along her sole. And she's got this cute little crease in her boot, so I'm going to go on the back side of that. Next, I'm going to grab E44, and we're going to do the back of this boot. And along that little ridge. Let's do a little bit more over here. Okay, and then let's go with E43. And then E41. Next, let's use these colors up here on her little bow she has in her hair. So again, I'm going to grab E47. I'm just going to very lightly use the go along the bottom of each little bow. And E44. E43, I think I'll do the inside of that little, her knot there too. And then E41 to fill it all the way in. Okay, and then I used E44 and E43 on the center of my flower here. So I'm going to take E44, get the right color, and I'm just going to do some dots there in the center of the flower. And then I'm going to take E43 and just fill in the whole thing. Let's hop back down here and do the soles on our boots. And for that we're going to use W7, W5, and W3. So I'm going to start with my W7. This side, and then W5, and W3. Let's go ahead and do the flower stem next, and for that we're going to use G29, G24, and G20. So I'm going to grab my G29 first. I'm just going to do right up here underneath of her hand. And then G24. And then I'm going to fill it the rest of the way in with my G20. And I think I'll give the top just a little bit more of the dark, so G29 and G24. Darken it up a little bit so we can see it, and then G20. For the flower, we're going to use YR18, YR14, and Y35. So I'm going to start with my YR18 first. And I'm just going to give that a little dab on each little flower petal. And wire 14 next. And then Y35 to fill it in. I'm just going to give it a little swirl and squish all those colors together. I think I'll do this one again right over here. And if I push up there a little bit, I can erase that little red spot that I put on there on accident. So for her hair, I went ahead and put some Spica clear glitter pin in there, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that and do that real quick. And I always tend to do these little swirls at the bottom. And then for her cheeks, I'm going to put some some Sharpie white paint pen in there. So I shook my pen with the lid on. Always do that so you don't spray it everywhere. And I'm going to give her cheeks a little dot of paint. And I'm going to cover up that one little dot that was on that side. And on this side, I'm just going to do 3 quick little dots. And that is our beautiful sneezing Tilda. Isn't she totally cute? She looks adorable. And again, here is the finished card. And the card kit doesn't come with the sentiment, but the sentiment set is available in the store, and it will be down in the description box. So I hope you had fun coloring with me today. And again, if you have a question, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I will get back to you. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.